Hey there, today we're going to take a look at the square of a sum and the square of a difference and a way to break this down so that you don't always need to open up the brackets or the parentheses into the FOIL method, so you can quickly do this for yourself on your tests, exams, and homework. See you there. First, let's get started with the square of a sum. And if you remember your FOIL method, which is essentially what this exponent here is telling us, is that we have a plus b times by a plus b, and separated by our parentheses. So we have our first here, we have our outer here, we have our inner here, and our last are here. So if we take our first, we're going to have a times by a, which then delivers an a squared. We add, so our outer is going to be a and b. So we have an a and a b. Of course, we're going to have two ab's, but our inner is going to be b and a. So we have another a and b. So we're just going to make that a 2ab and then plus b squared. So that's it using the FOIL method. Now, what about a subtraction? Well, let's take a look at that real quick. So we have a minus b times by a minus b. So again, with our FOIL method, a times by a, we're going to have an a squared minus, again, 2ab's. So, oops, that never happened. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful 2ab. And then we're going to have a negative and a negative. So negative times by a negative becomes a positive, and we can't minus a minus anyways. So we have plus b squared. All right, that seems pretty straightforward, right? Well, there's one thing that you should try to remember, that you don't always need to draw it out like this. If you can remember this method, it can be a lot faster to remember it and use it while you're working on your test or various formulae. So try to remember this structure, and it will help you out greatly. And I'm going to show you how. So we're going to take a look at another formulae over here. So we're going to have a, let's go with a 2x plus a 3y, and we will square that. So in this example here, we're going to have 2x plus 3y squared. Now, if you remember this here, we're going to have 2 times by 3, which is going to come out as a 6, but you're going to have that happen twice, right? So we're going to have a 12xy. We're going to have a plus here and a plus here. So 4x squared, so 2 times by 2, of course, and x times by x, you're going to end up with a square, and plus a 9y squared as well. So 3 times by 3, and of course, y times by y. So to match this up with our previous example with our a and our b, just imagine that x is going to be our a and y is going to be our b. The only thing that's changed here is that we've added a number in front of our variables. So what happens here is our 2a times by 2a becomes a 4a squared, as a times by a needs to be a square, right? And 3 times by 3 is going to be 9, and we're going to end up also with a y squared. Now, in the middle, we're going to have something similar to our 2ab here, or in our case, 2 times by 3, or 6, and we're going to have that happen twice. So we're going to end up with 12ab, or as with our variables here, 12xy. So our final answer with the original variables would be 4a squared plus 12ab plus 9b squared. So I'm going to quickly give you a little bit of a homework and practice task here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a 12a, just to keep some continuity here, plus a 3y and squared. And then we're going to have an 8a minus, that's supposed to be a b, but we'll get over that, minus 2b squared. So don't forget to leave your answer in the comments below. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment below. Like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for notifications in the future. See you next time.